Ooh.
One more time for Folk, because it's a tie. You have to beat a 23.
That's good.
You have a pretty similar modifiers, so.
Roll shit.
Ka-chow.
Roll shit.
Oh.
Inspiration. Ka-chow. Fuck.
No.
No! Pain. 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 Pain.
Pain and suffering.
Okay, so roll one more time at advantage.
Roll one more time at advantage.
And I will roll a second one, but that is the disadvantageous thing for her. So,
Easy.
18.
Fuck.
God damn it!
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god, even your best result is still a 16. Oh.
We blew our entire luck roll on the previous one to read Gallia.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess
Technically
so.
speaking, my best is actually 17, but whatever.
It's going on 18.
Yeah, I know.
What if he has a? What if he has a spark
Nova.
of genius or whatever it was?
Yeah, Nova can give you Flash of Genius. I forgot about that. Take that!
Oh.
So you succeed. So you can hear everything.
Thank you,
Nice.
Those of you that succeed against Dale can only hear her half of it, so to speak. Alright, so you have a 50% conversation. But Falk, you know everything. You hear it all, baby. So you ask her, what do we do in face of resistance?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, side eye. You know? I do love those kids.
If you're genuinely willing to help me, we can leave town. In a few days' time, hopefully at that point Roma will have completed her training. With that one there, she'll be stronger for the road. And then we can leave, go back the direction of Velcaster, spanning west and northwest, entering into the Eulonian line and beyond it. I'll be listening. If you're amenable to this proposition, in 3 days' time, wear a scrap of green on your belt, and I'll see it, and I'll know. And I'll be ready.
Well, you guys would be friends on the road! Road buddies!
The funnest part about this is Roma and Dahlia were the ones who were talking about leaving, but instead of going back to
Yeah, ain't this a poetic twist of irony, baby?
while leaving together.
Yeah, you guys can still leave together to a dark power. We'd love to see it, baby. We'd love to see it.
I don't think she'd have anything to say back. I think she would just nod to acknowledge that she heard and back up.
So, Falk, you heard all that. To those of you that only succeed against Dale, you heard Dale propose it, but don't know what the doll's response was. And she was definitely the more pivotal points of instruction on that. It's okay, Falk. It's fine.
You know the question, not the answer. Good luck.
Is our time running short?
I was hoping to stay for dinner. She looks at Aunt Liz, who is clearly... She has Francis behind her back, and he's, buried his face in, her skirt, to not see anything. And it's quite clear she is more than a little intimidated by a dark power in her fucking living room.
Yeah.
But this is her fucking living room. And she will fight. And she will fucking fight to the death for Francis.
Aww.
She's not gonna volunteer to be the fucking first one to throw the swing, though. She has all of you for that.
But it's just sweet.
It's definitely a maternal instinct that's very, very clearly present. And she, gives Aunt Liz this malicious, gleeful grin.
I don't recall inviting you. Now get out of my house.
All of you roll perception.
Damn.
You can use your wisdom or your charisma. I don't think that would change it for any of you. Oh, it's actually Caradoc, actually. I forgot.
God damn it!
Which would make your nat 20 even better.
Yeah. It would be 25 plus 3, 28.
28? That's like your second nat 20.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo!
Yeah, you're popping off right now.
The dice are paying you back for
So
earlier.
Falk, you wouldn't have advantage.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
17 or 15.
we. Badger, you would catch this sort of flinch or grimace in Roma, and a slight movement, a mimicking movement in the doll. Dolly as well, because you have the 29. Like, there is like some reaction she has when Liz
They're
says,
scared of
"Get out
moms."
my house." To Caradoc using your charisma, this is something you've heard about, but you didn't think it was still around. The creatures that were affected by it are still there. Like, it's a mystery as to, like, is the fairy tale thing still around? But you've heard in such tales that a familial threshold is a thing. It is a deterrent to dark powers. You're not sure, again, how often that is invoked or effective these days, but feeling it now, it doesn't kill the doll. It doesn't stop it, but it seems the invocation of this threshold does seem to stab it a bit. Like a little prick.
In these stories, what manner of creatures does it bar entry to, or is it like a menagerie of evilness?
It's a menagerie of evilness, but I can give you like some, like certain undeathly creatures, elder beings that are native to the Dream Rampant. Out of game, they're fae, but in-game fairies aren't exactly a known thing. Some stories say aberrations, others definitely disconfirm that. Definitely not outsiders, I can tell you that. Shapeshifters, that's a big one. And let it be known, not a nat 20, it actually does change in accordance to familial tie, if that makes sense, right? So, a noble estate is probably a fucking, aside from it literally being a castle probably, it is a fortress of familial ties and boundaries. Because so much of the family has lived there, bonded there, died there potentially, that it is, by this sort of presence, a fortress. A hovel like this, with Aunt Liz and Francis, is not an entire lineage of a family that lived in one building, which would be super powerful, so that is definitely on the weaker side. Definitely on the weaker side, but that's why familial homes are very important in Eulonia. Not so much necessary these days, but that is just, a reason to hang on to the old house and keep it up and running. Expand it, good stuff. Your home, by the way, Caradoc, if it weren't, it's a bit of a weird thing because so many people come in and out of it, but certain parts of it probably have like really strong familial boundaries, thresholds in place. Not a common room in the tower, though. That's not.
No.
That's a familial establishment. It's a family-owned establishment, but it's not a familial establishment.
Quick, run upstairs to the back.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So Dahlia doesn't know, obviously, the same type of connections that Caradoc does, but based on the fact that it was Liz who is currently protecting Francis, I forgot his name. I was gonna call him Benny.
No, not Benny. No. I think coming
Liz,
from your culture of tribe and family,
I was gonna say, but because of how important it is to her,
I think that's a fair, it's not a leap of logic, it's a step of assumption.
She could have some kind of idea that maybe that's the
There's
familial
some
ties
familial
of some
protection.
sort.
Correct.
Yeah. Cool.
So Aunt Liz declares this out to Roma and the puppet master and the doll, and again she flinches. To those of you that caught it, flinches not on her face, but like someone gut punched her essentially, sort of style.
She's taking poison damage.
Yeah, she's taking dot damage, and she just responds, "Very well. I will respect the host's wishes. I'll still be here, though." She says, looking down at the doll, and the doll looking up at Roma as if Roma's some sort of god creator. I'll still be here. Don't you forget that. Then, slowly but surely, the darkness begins to rescind, fade as the candlelights and torches, the moonlight begins to take on its more familiar glow about it. The darkness that is more prominent around Roma herself begins to almost get vacuum pulled in towards the doll. The silver strands that control both the doll and Roma fading, as if they were never there. And then both the doll and Roma fall, collapsed upon the couch unconscious.
Can I check see if she's okay?
Roll me a medicine check.
Can do.
I mean, you can do it anyways. But I'm just seeing how.
Yeah.
Can I assist and give an advantage?
Certainly.
Well, what's your modifier? Is it better than mine? Mine's 9.
+3.
I was gonna say I find that unlikely, given that you have expertise and staff for it.
No.
That'd be an interesting thing at a later point. We could shift Caradox to charisma based as like this sort of spiritual
Ooh.
healer, as opposed to like a
Ooh.
physical healer. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pursue that. That's super cool. Good old Ordale's Ascension. 21
portfolio.
21. Let's see. Her eyes will be fine. I can tell you that for free, despite rolling back in her head, which is technically not good for your eyes, but it's not like the worst thing ever. It's better than looking at the
she's not
sun.
gonna die from it.
Yeah. 21's pretty good. There are certain after effects, I'll call them. Symptoms is a bit less accurate, but I'll use it also for when your body is in an accelerated condition, like heart rate and stuff like that. Either from anxiety, physical activity, so on and so forth, right? There's some like clamminess of the hands, for example, is probably one of them. She exhibits none of those. For the entire duration of the Puppet Master's assuming direct control over Roma period, it was more like she was asleep.
Utterly calm.
Utterly calm. I think not significantly, well, maybe significantly decelerated heart rate because your body is at rest, so on and so forth.
Okay.
So
Hibernation.
Hibernation. That's a very good way of putting it. Not the worst thing in the world. It's if anything, probably on the better side of things. It's anomalous, but you're not too surprised by that. I don't know. Take what you will from it.
This might be a big ask, but can Dahlia tell at all if she'll be able to remember this?
Probably not. Because in that sense of hibernation, she wasn't in control. She didn't have faculty over her senses. So to use this, I don't think this would be the avenue Dahlia would use for it, but your mind doesn't record things when it's asleep perfectly or at all, which is why some people don't remember their dreams ever, if you dream at all.
Yeah.
So like
and
that.
That's what I was thinking. Is Dahlia's like thinking, okay, well, she was essentially physically asleep, so her mind was probably similar. She probably won't remember it.
I will roll one thing right now, actually.
Wow.
Charisma. Yeah, I guess it just is a save for Roma. Well,
Oh my god.
he has this inspiration, though.
Use it.
Nice.
She can tell you guys about it tomorrow.
Okay.
Ms. Liz.
Yes. It's okay, Francis.
I never believed. Well, I suppose I did, but I never imagined I would see the bonds of family and the familial threshold be invoked to
So it was
in
that
such a way. There is power in family, in ancestral homes, in connection, in lives lived in a place. Take heart in that.
She gives like this mirthless smirk. I'll try to keep that in mind. This place hasn't had much of a family ever lived inside it. It's probably more now than ever. But thank you, I guess. Is she going to be alright? Grover's in the midst of doing a second opinion examination on Roma. Shall be
As far as
fine.
I can tell. Yeah.
By the way, was it just me or did it feel like the pitch when that happened?
Theron rubs the back of his neck. Yeah, I got a ominous feeling about that. Hope I don't have nightmares tonight.
Look at Hawk. Look at
Paul kind of
Nervous.
flickers his gaze over towards Baron. I think he asks, "Is that an elf thing?"
He nods.
Fuck.
Oh, alright. Enough stewing around. I believe we have. She taps with her wooden spoon a pot. Other types of stew to enjoy. She wags this wooden spoon at everyone. No more dark rituals in my house.
Dahlia puts her hands up in defense. I didn't even want to in the first place.
Well, we can't deny it has its rewards. A place far northwest. A place protected by its very environment. He returns back to look at the table, steeples her hand, pondering. Where could that be? She looks towards you, Jen. The Rusin Realms is a place of many naturalistic magics, as far as I've heard by word of mouth. Perhaps some are there.
True, and they did seem to suggest somewhat past Eunomia. But I was thinking maybe somewhere near, what's the name of the place? Where's Nova from again?
Erudicio.
Erudicio. It makes sense that Jin probably wouldn't really know the name. Somewhere near, what's the name of the... Erudicio?
Yep.
There? Oh, right, of course. Sorry, I'm not familiar with the location. But it seems very...
Most people aren't, don't worry.
Okay.
Hey, Crash. Caradoc
Yes,
has
sir?
lore Eulonia, Erudicio, and Ryusen realms.
Wait, hold on, can you just triangulate this shit?
Let's find out. Know that the DC is very hard. Roll all three, and I'll take the average.
Okay.
If he rolls bad, can Jin substitute his Ryusen Realms roll?
I don't think so.
Damn it.
I'll give
Alright.
you... Okay, tell you what. Before you roll that, Fred. Jin, roll your Ryusen rounds, and maybe you can give him a modifier. I don't think it would constitute a whole reroll, though.
It might
Because
be
we're really
something.
banking on his knowledge as opposed to yours.
No, that's pretty
Okay.
good.
I'll give him +2 to your Ryusen roll.
Nice. Please don't fuck me.
If you get
Pending.
fucked, only do one.
Yeah, roll 20s, think if it wants to fuck you or not. You wouldn't have
14.
guidance, unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, let me take that off real quick.
One of the few
Can
times
I roll
where
the
I could
others first and then decide if
yeah.
I want to inspiration one of them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Erudicio.
Fucking
Alright.
good.
And
Okay,
Really
so
good.
I'm
Damn.
gonna
Okay, well.
break down my muffin and
Nice.
use one
Okay.
to reroll that 14. Boom. Yeah, like that, and then
We got 27, 22, and...
don't fuck me. No!
14.
It actually got worse. But luckily, we keep the... Yeah.
It's really funny that you rolled the worst on your home.
There are many mysteries he doesn't know about it.
There's true.
He's too busy studying about other places.
In fairness, Erudicio, it makes sense that you know it pretty well because it's not a country, it's a city-state. It's like a single hold. Versus Eulonia, which is fucking huge.
And then Ryusen Realms, which is not much smaller, theoretically.
Yeah, you just happen to know stuff about it.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely not anywhere in Eulonia, I can tell you that for free. There's no territory in the Eulonian control that... I say control in its Newman's Light, in its Ward Light, that has such an anomalous environment. In terms of an environment that, as the doll says, can swallow you up and spit you out the wrong way, definitely a number of places in the Ryusen could do that. In fairness, though, that could just be their Newman, their dragons, that say fuck you, because they could control the environment to a significant degree depending on how old and powerful they are.
Right.
There is a frozen wasteland, which isn't in Ryusen control. The Ryusen Realms really just controls, like, this segment. This segment is not a mystery, but it's pretty esoteric. But there is a frozen waste that spans around Erudicio in all of its directions. Erudicio itself is, I call it, you can call it like the only civilized hold in this zone that can be developed there due to its technological influence.
Like Frostpunk.
Sort of like Frostpunk, but nowhere near as cruel and tragic.
Yeah.
If anything, it's kind of popping off.
Less coal and petroleum oil and more magic and other coolness.
Nice.
But from here northwest, it definitely wouldn't be this span up here, because that would just be north, and you wouldn't need to go through through Eulonia to get to it.
Yeah.
So it has to be somewhere northwest, somewhere here. You would reckon.
The kind of unoccupied zone.
Yeah. But unfortunately, there's a lot of territory that is out this way. There are expeditions that go out there. Eulonia has sent out a couple in the past. The Ryusen probably has not formal expeditions, but people that just go out there, outcasts and wanderers that are trying to be isolationist, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
These people always have to bring grave lights, or else they get fucked when the pitch rolls around. Grave lights can be semi-independent of a deity. Of course, being semi-independent of a deity means it's weaker, so it's not...
Use with caution.
Use with caution, exactly.
You don't want that going south.
No, you don't. So...
There is a place beyond the borders of my home and even the Ryusen realms, west and north of Erudicio. It's a frozen wasteland as far as I know. That matches the description. There have been expeditions out there, but it is not a place I would ever wish to go.
A frozen waste, you say?
Yes.
He thinks for a moment.
If we want to go that direction, I might have some insights.
We would need a grave light.
Maybe not. I do not know.
Oh?
My cousin people, the Barakasi, also venture into such frozen wastes. But as you may or may not know, the Terasi and the Barakasi, we do not have word lights or grave lights. We exist unfettered by the bitch.
Liz
You
looks
what?
at him like... Yeah, Liz looks at him like, huh? What? That's bullshit, that's cheating. He shrugs.
I do not know why or how. Only that it is.
Are you the inverse of us?
What do you mean?
Well, we don't have the pitch.
But you have Newman that protect you.
Yes.
That is why you do not have the pitch. By all accounts, anyone with a light in the dark doesn't suffer the pitch.
But it doesn't get dark in that way.
Neither for us. Interesting. We have to
I
find
agree, very fascinating.
You have to find out some time. But if we are planning to go on such an adventure, an endeavor, I can write back home. It will take a while to get back, but the insights, I assure you, will be life-saving. And I could always have the letter meet us when we're closer towards this frozen zone.
I am assuming then that the means of sanctuary, to put it that way, are region-specific.
Correct. There is a desert expanse that my people call home. Where the desert stops, that is where the dark encroaches. That is not to say my people have not seen or heard of outsiders. Sometimes they ventured in from beyond the border. But we make ourselves scarce. We do not fight them. We have no need to.
Oh, an empty fort stratagem. Clever.
Sure. I do not know what this means, but I trust you do.
That's part of the features of Hollow Mirage. It has advantage against apparitions and outsiders.
Really cool.
Alright, enough plotting. Sit your asses down.
Yes, ma'am.
Nova gets dressed out of her armor.